Hello, all. This is Dr. Dave Maslach talking to you about reciprocity.com. The E is written with a 3. And in this particular video, I want to talk to you about how to actually talk to a professor. And if you don't know, I'm actually a professor of innovation strategy and entrepreneurship. I teach in a business school. And this whole project, the whole reciprocity project, is my way of giving back to all the people that have helped me along the way. So I'm trying to create this sort of sharing economy proofreading app, and then these videos are me just giving back and about stuff that I wish I would have known when I was, I just wish I would have known back in the day. And even now, some of this advice is really good for me. So, what are the things that you should consider when you're actually talking to a professor? That obviously the things that we probably all hear, right? That treat the other person with respect. That's a really important thing. And just be genuinely interested in what they have to say. So for me, when I just see another human being that is giving me respect and is not sort of irritated and that kind of stuff, and then is actually listening to what I'm saying, I feel very positive when that does happen to me. So, and I know that, so I was in your stage, I still get like this, particularly if I'm talking to very senior professors that, I still get very nervous. And it still feels awkward for me to actually talk to those particular people. And I know that, if you're 19, 20 years old, it's going to be the same thing for you. I was very, very much nervous in talking to any of my professors. But, what you have to sort of realize is that they're just human beings. And really a large part of all of these videos is me just talking about that, we're really human in a lot of different ways. So if you treat us poorly, we're going to respond poorly in return, right? So if you're going for grades and you're talking to a professor for grades and you're being kind of accusatory, and you're just being sort of belligerent, most professors, almost everybody is going to shut down, and they're not going to be willing to work with you. It's not the way to sort of go around these particular issues if you have an issue with a grade. First of all, if you haven't done so, there's a great book. It's very old that you should read. It's How to Make Friends and Influence People. It was very influential on me. I tried to... It actually was probably influential on me sort of thinking about these videos and stuff like that. So you could check out all that kind of stuff. But, really, if you're going for asking about grades, anything that's sort of personal, if you have a personal reason, it's probably not going to be nearly as effective. Granted, obviously the university has rules and regulations that you have to abide by. So, and professors are going to abide by those, right? So if you have learning disabilities and all that kind of stuff, they're obviously going to abide by those particular rules if it's documented. But the best way to approach any of these sort of grade adjustments or anything like that is really to demonstrate that you actually have a real rationale for that grade adjustment, that it was problematic. You can go through and you could see those particular things, issues in how it was graded, and it was really problematic, right? That there was something going on there. And that's the only time that it was successful for me. And it's not problematic in the sense that the way that you are thinking about it, but just going and asking them for feedback to walk through the particular issues of why they got to a particular location, right? Or why they solved the problem in that way. So did my undergrad in engineering, and that's the way that I typically would approach things. Is I was like, I just don't understand what happened here. Can you help me sort of work through the problem in this circumstance? And often what will happen is that the professor is going to be very positive at that moment, because they see that you're actually taking an interest. But then B, once they start working through the problem, they might sort of see the same issue that you saw, and actually, your grade might go up, or sometimes it might go down too. That's the other thing to worry about, right? If they saw another issue, they're like, oh, that kind of strange. I should have probably made an adjustment there. So that's one thing to think about. But more importantly, I think, one way to approach this is to talk to your professors, particularly if you're trying to build some sort of relationship with them, is to talk to them about research. I think they're going to be really interested or excited about the research that they're doing, right? We spend the vast majority of our time thinking about research, and we have a lot to say about those particular topics. So in order to get us engaged, you just have to simply ask them sort of different questions about the research that they're interested in, and they're going to be very excited about all of that, right? So here's a couple of things that you should remember when talking to professors. First of all, we're just as nervous as you are. So if there is some sort of grade issue, for example, and you sort of approach it in that way, then we're going to be very nervous as well, and we're probably not going to have a very positive response. So if you want to create an environment that is going to be helpful for you, you have to approach us with a very positive, sort of uplifting approach. And that's going to be very, very helpful because it's going to make us relaxed, and then you're going to be relaxed, and you're probably going to be, things are just going to work out a little bit more positively. And if it doesn't, then, at least you took the high road within that circumstance, right? And you can leave that particular scenario knowing that you actually were the person that was not a jerk at the end of the day. So, and a lot of professors are jerks. A lot of them are really nice. We're just like human beings at the end of the day. So there's nothing to worry about with any of that kind of stuff. And you might have to, it might take a little bit of time for us to sort of warm up, because for me personally, I'm usually working on something. And then if you go to my office, it's just going to take a little bit of time for me to get my mind wrapped around what the issues you are and stuff like that. So I know that you've been worrying about them and thinking about them, but like for me, I'm always like, my mind is someplace else, and it just takes me a little bit of time. So don't feel like we're forgetting about you. It's just that we've got other things on the go. So just, give us a little bit of time to warm up to what your concerns were. And I often forget, because I get lots of emails throughout the day, and I'm working on multiple different things. So you just have to remind me, and just know that it has nothing to do with you. It's just, I'm warming up. My mind is just kind of getting into the gears, right? If you're largely emotional or angry or anything like that, it's just really not going to be effective with professors. It's just truly not, unless there are, if you have real true issues, we're going to hopefully help you out and get you to the right people to talk to. And, whether it's a counselor or, it's a physician or, whatever. If you have genuine issues, we're going to truly care about those particular things. But, if you're just doing it for grades and you're emotional and all that kind of stuff, it's not going to work out in your favor in any sort of way. And if you want to build a relationship with a professor, maybe end up doing some research with them or something like that, just build a relationship really slowly. Start out small. I would suggest that you actually do something for them, and do sort of multiple things like that. If you don't know, that's actually how you build a relationship, is you just do things for people just for the hell of it. And you actually do build a long-term relationship when you do that, right? So you just start out small, ask if you can, I don't know, take out some garbage. I don't know what it is, just something really small, and you just continuously do that. And then you're going to build a relationship with them, and they'll probably find some room for research with you, because you're just proving yourself. Very small, like at kind of steps along the way. And that's really what people are looking for, is to build trust. And to build trust, you have to do these sort of things where you first give. And it can be very small, but you just constantly keep doing that, right? So that's it. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. And, if you do, give me a thumbs up. I do appreciate it. And as well, do subscribe to the YouTube channel. All right. Oh, by the way, what I did is I talked about how to actually talk to a professor. And, I went through talking to a professor about your grades, or talking to your professor about doing, talking to them about research, and gave you some tips and stuff like that. So anyways, take care and have a wonderful day. Bye.